Okay, so today a new Nintendo Direct dropped, and honestly, it was kind of mediocre compared to my expectations. So without further ado, let's get started by watching the U.S. Direct, and then the Japanese Direct. And for copyright reasons, I have muted the audios of both Nintendo Directs because I don't want to get hit by copyright strikes or anything. Since another YouTuber was being affected by a copyright strike that was, I don't know, that was like done by a copyright troll. It's like basically if you don't like someone's video, you could just report for copyright and then it's gonna get taken down. I don't want that to happen to me again, so without further ado, let's start watching the US Direct. I also forgot to scale it too. So I'm gonna scale it now. Okay. And I also forgot to change the audio settings. So what did they announce this time? New DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It's literally the most broken Pokemon games in the history of Pokemon. So, like, like the main game, the graphics aren't even impressive. Like, it's almost as if the Pokemon Company wants to milk additional money for an inferior game. Kitakami. That's a very Japanese name, by the way, because I know there are some cities in Japan called Kitakami, or some anime characters whose name is Kitakami or something. It does look like a traditional Japanese summer festival, like the Obon Festival or something. Oh, what's it looks very formidable. And this should be the second wave? Blueberry Academy. Yeah, Indigo Disc. Looks like a Pokemon stadium or something, except there's like a whole training place that looks like an ice rink, and also its own, well, nature reserve or park. Kind of reminds me of like the Singapore Jewel, which is inside Singapore's International Airport, the best airport in the world, by the way. And there is a Pokemon Center inside Singapore's Jewel, which is really nice. Oh, and I'm sorry, but someone actually is vacuuming upstairs right now. I had to do the stream on such short notice because Nintendo only announces directs like one day before they do it. But but I'm so disappointed with the direct. Like paid DLCs. Like the Pokemon Company wants to extract more of your dollars and 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 you don't get the full game anymore. Like you have to pay for DLC, and then once Nintendo shuts down the Switch shop, then you're going to be pretty much doomed. And you also have raid battles and all that stuff. Okay, we're done with the Pokemon DLC. I wish Amy Roach would show up in the third Sonic movie. I watched the first two Sonic movies and it was kind of brilliant. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's gonna play out with the Sonic franchise because most of it is high speed 2D scrolling. Yeah, it's gonna launch on the Switch this fall, so that's not far away. Free to play. I really don't like free to play games because you don't own you don't own anything in the game and you're expected to be happy. And of course the microtransactions. This is a real life service, not like Animal Crossing New Horizons or something. Oh, it gives me a lot of Fortnite and Genshin vibes, but yeah, everyone's being too noisy in my house, so I might have to mute my mic. Yeah, tactical RPGs. Yeah, by the way, they meant Persona the game series, not Persona Identification, because of Persona Identification, you could get shafted by even if you did the right thing, and you can't sign up for anything. Speaking from experience. Yeah, I think this is going to get an M rating. I'm not sure if it's because I'm not sure how much language Ryuji Sakamoto will use. It's literally a meme at this point. Yeah, paid online. It was pioneered by Microsoft, and Sony copied it, and then Nintendo copied it. I don't like it honestly. I don't play Splatoon, by the way, but let's see what this is about. Vanilla, strawberry, or mint chocolate chip. I personally like mint chocolate chip. Honestly. Yeah. Pacific time, by the way. I don't really play Splatoon because it's too competitive. But a lot of people in Japan do play Splatoon. Now, this game. Oh, right. From what I did. So, from what research I did before this stream, this is supposed to be a Detective Pikachu sequel called Detective Pikachu Returns. Now, unfortunately, there's there's just there's, there's just like too many scalpers who drive up the price of Detective Pikachu. The original Detective Pikachu for 3DS is now too expensive, which is, and I'm not sure why 3DS capture cards are so expensive and so hard to install as well. Like seriously, I already have a Pokemon X and Y 10th anniversary stream planned for this October, but I won't be using a real 3DS to play the game because the 3DS capture cards are too expensive, and they're not only are they too expensive, but you also have to they're too difficult to install, and there's also proprietary software and all that stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I can't even drink coffee without going berserk or something. I mean, caffeine isn't for everyone, honestly. Alright, it's the remake for Super Mario RPG, which was originally supported Super Nintendo, uh, back in 1996. I think I have a copy of this game in Japanese, which I got as a bundle deal for buying a Super Famicom. But one of the co-developers of this game is Square Enix, who just released Final Fantasy 16, and we'll go over those reviews at the end of this stream as well. However, expect your stream to be longer than 2 hours because we're covering both the American and Japanese Nintendo Directs here. Because both of them are not the same from what the past Directs told us, and based on my research before the stream, it's very different. Depending on if you live in America or Japan or something. Although, to be honest, I was much happier in Japan than I am here, honestly. Oh, and this is a game with Princess Peach. Yeah, that's my reaction to that. That's a yeah, especially since 3DS games prices are jacked up. Like, yeah. Hmm. I don't know. I mean, the Batman series has been pretty controversial lately because of its 2019 spin-off Joker was very controversial. It was, and there's also the fact that 11 years ago there was a movie theater shooting during the screening of The Dark Knight Returns or something. No, I feel like the U.S. is the most dangerous country in the developed world. Even Mexico might be safer than America now. More like America needs saving nowadays. Hope it's not cloud version, because if it's a cloud version, then I'll pass hard. Like how Square Enix literally screwed over like the Kingdom Hearts fans on its 20th anniversary. It's like how Disney is screwing over its Disney fans of all generations and its parents and concerned parents on its 100th anniversary or centennial. Like, it is very disturbing what the world has become. Yeah, yeah. I actually muted this section because of copyrights. I think I'm gonna get my stream shut down if I continue showing Just Dance footage. Because a lot of stuff is like copyrighted. On K-pop, hip hop, and more. I always have some K-pop songs. I think my stream's gonna get a copyright strike due to this, so. Oh, and we have a streaming service too. Own nothing and you'll be happy. More like, more like free speech is being silenced by Supreme Leader Joe Biden or something. And I recently heard Secretary of State Anthony Blinken was over in China kissing Xi Jinping's ass. Again, don't take my word for it. I mean, it's clear by day that Blinken does not care about Taiwan, and Taiwan is in more danger than ever before because Taiwan is the last country in the Chinese-speaking world to be to be free, but in but do you see how we lost Hong Kong like 3 years ago while everyone was going full woke in the U.S. and then Hong Kong was snatched from behind? Like now Hong Kong this is not the same that it used to be. It's just and I heard that Article 38 of the National Security Law of Hong Kong applies to any individual outside Hong Kong. And that means that with all the criticisms I said with the of the CCP or Communist Party of China, if I even dare to fly Cathay Pacific to Hong Kong, I could get captured by Hong Kong police at the international transit area of Hong Kong International Airport, get incarcerated in a mainland prison, get like nailed down onto a tiger chair, and get electrocuted by a headband on. I don't know. It's too graphic, honestly, to put on screen, but you get the idea. Hong Kong, going to Hong Kong, even for transit, is no longer safe. Hopefully, this is the only stream I have to do before Trails into Reverie comes out in a few weeks. I think it kind of reminds me of a conveyor belt restaurant, sushi restaurant, which I went to Kura Sushi in Japan. It was really good, by the way. More DLC? I don't I don't know about the DLC on top of DLC on top of DLC. It's getting annoying, honestly. At least you can try the main game now. Looks like a Square Enix game. Yeah, that's a Dragon Quest theme. You hear it everywhere in Japan, and it becomes subconscious in your mind. Oh, and this actually looks like a Pokemon ripoff. However, it is from Square Enix, who made Dragon Quest or something. Comes out in December 2023. You have 18 more minutes of this Nintendo Direct. Oh, more Pikmin news. Our Pikmin 4 is coming out soon. Oh, gee. Kind of reminds me of the Mii Maker on the Wii. Yeah, not that other flotation device. Okay. Oh, look, a Game Boy Advance SP. Yeah, I recently did like a renovation project for Game Boy Advance SP, and it was not easy, but once I finished the project, it was very rewarding actually, except for my wallet. Like fireflies or something. Also, not that other type of sap, okay? Now, where's my other GameCube games like Mario Sunshine for those who couldn't get through the All Stars back in 2020. Oh, sorry, I'm tired, but you gotta keep going. Hopefully, it's not a cloud version. Oh, great, someone came over the house at such a bad time, too. Actually, it's someone from like Samsung who is fixing my washer machine because it broke as soon as I came back from Japan. Just only further proving that my life has been miserable ever since I came back from Japan. Really sad, honestly. I don't know, my dog's barking too much. Yeah. Basically Halloween, by the way. Yeah. Now it's Wave 5 announcements, which I was pretty disappointed with. Because you have a new course that's based off a bathroom. Bathrooms are literally the dirtiest parts of your house. However, there's also P Piranha from Double Dash, who also showed up in Sunshine. You have Wiggler, who showed up in Mario Kart 7. But I want to see Funky Kong or Diddy Kong or Pauline. You also have Kamek. You know, Kamek in the Mario movie was such a funny character, by the way. What are the other courses, though? Yeah, there was a story. Like, I visited some locals in Japan, and they had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for Switch. So, so I was playing. I let them borrow my Switch because they had a dock for the Switch, and we were playing. And then one person, and then one of the younger like children was asking his mother if they had the booster course pass, and they said, and I overheard that they didn't have it. So the next day, I went to a Yodobashi camera store, and I mailed a code from from Akihabara all the way to the local's house. So yeah. Kind of reminds me of Tales of Fantasia. Star Ocean. It's also by Square Enix. Oh yeah, that's a slide from Mario 64. DS. Yeah, sorry, it's actually my washing machine being repaired. Plus, it's worth noting that Mario 64 runs at 30 frames, while the first in-person event since like the pandemic began. Uh, no, I probably won't attend it because I view as Seattle as the most dangerous city aside from Portland on the West Coast, given given that it was occupied by some rather unsavory groups like 3 years ago, and that memory's still fresh in my mind. I know, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did a little bit of research before the stream, and I felt like this game's art style wasn't good. But it's the first 2D Mario game, new 2D Mario game since like New Super Mario Brothers U. Yeah, I think unfortunately my family's being too loud while I'm streaming, and I don't like it. It looks like the whole world went on. I don't know. Went is high on drugs or something. Much like I don't know. Unfortunately, since hip hop culture in the U.S., of which many hip hop songs preach about doing drugs, taking out people, and also doing other like violent stuff, is becoming mainstream in the U.S. That's that's why that's another reason for me to move out of the U.S. and possibly to a more sane country like Japan or something. But this game looks pretty nice, all things considered. I just don't like the art style, but this game looks kind of promising. Because it's the first new 2D Mario game in over a decade, not including Mario Maker. Oh, this is a similar logo from New Super Mario Brothers, and also the Mario plumbing commercial. I think this mushroom is really it's really questionable compared to the other ones. So okay, so that's it for the U.S. Nintendo Direct, and I felt like it was pretty mediocre, honestly. So without further ado, we're going to do the Japanese Nintendo Direct. I gotta make sure it's muted. It's a little too loud, so I gotta. On my side, it's a little too loud, so I gotta. And I also didn't scale correctly, so I'll scale correctly now. So we're just looking at the same Pokemon DLC, like that we saw in the US Nintendo Direct, so but all things aside, this DLC probably will be okay. Not because the base game is already so buggy and riddled with like crashes and all that stuff. It's sad how how the 3D Pokemon games run like ass, but the 2D Pokemon games ran perfectly, or almost perfectly. I should say. Well, with the exception of Diamond and Pearl, because the load times in those games are obnoxiously long. Sorry, I'm tired. I have to like go through some more I don't know. Let me check chat. Yeah, that would be my ideal school life like 10 years ago, but given how much I missed out in high school, I think having an average high school life in Tokyo would be much better for me. That is if I was younger, but now I'm in college and I'm probably going to start taking college classes again, which means that my streaming schedule might be impacted by it depending on what I'm celebrating. Cuz I had like other live streams planned uh for like this um this year. I have Super Mario Advance 4 for July 11th, the Famicom 40th anniversary for July 14th, Tetris the Grandmaster for August 2nd, although it's just preliminary right now, the 10th anniversary of Trails of Cold Steel, the 10th anniversary of Pokemon X and Y via Citra, and Super Mario 3D World's 10th anniversary, which I'll play the game on the Wii U. So, yeah. I'm actually going to refresh my. Never mind. It, I'm really sleepy. Mm. 4 part simultaneous play. Seems nice. Eggman. I like how Dr. Robotnik in the games doesn't look anywhere near like Dr. Robotnik in the movies. It's like, sorry, I'm tired. Uh, another free-to-play game. Well, I already covered this. This game doesn't look like it's in America, but it's it's really popular. It's a really popular game in Japan, Umane, which I heard it's really popular in Japan. I'm not sure if this game is gonna ever get localized in English or something, but it needs to first find a licensor in the West or something, and then it has to be approved by shareholders too. But it comes out next year. More DLC. I heard this is going to be really popular with the girls, by the way. Not sure if I'm even allowed to say that, given all the woke stuff that's been happening in the West lately. This game looks pretty interesting. And the times listed on screen are Japanese times. So it's only going to be valid for one weekend, basically. But I forgot that this could be Marine Day weekend in Japan. You've already gone over this. I do have a Detective Pikachu plush in in the basement, but my dog really loves to like chew on it. Because actually, I'm not really that interested in Detective Pikachu at all. So, uh, Oh yeah, we already went over this too. My dog's barking again. I'm pretty excited for the remake, by the way, because I haven't played the original on the SNES, even though I do own the Super Famicom version from Japan. Sorry, I'm really tired. It's already rated, and it comes out this November. Also, I do have a message for Sony and Microsoft, and even Nintendo. Never release your a new console during a uh leap year, especially in November of a leap year, because we all know how well it went last time when the PS5 came out and Kotaku started politicizing the hell out of the PS5. Yeah, like I have a PS5 gameplay coming up soon, but even I don't like how Sony handled everything during its initial during the PS5's initial stages. Oh yeah, alright, and that's everything they could show. They're like they're like that's all we could show you or something. And there's also Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon instead of Luigi's the Luigi Mansion's Dark Moon is coming to the Switch instead of the first two Luigi Mansion games. Yeah. Half more hour. I probably won't comment again on this because I already commented about about. I do have something to talk about after this section of the stream. Plus, we won't be looking at Final Fantasy 16 reviews today. We'll look at it some other time, okay? Because I feel very tired. It's from Marvelous. By the way, Marvelous USA, where's our Switch ports of Cold Steel 1 and 2? The game of life. Oh, I mean, it looks very anime-like compared to like what we're used to here in the States. But life is so hard right now, and I'm not sure if this does require the Switch Online membership. Yeah, what's really brilliant about the first Metal Gear game on PlayStation was it read every other game on your PlayStation 1 memory card, and it checked whether you have played like Castlevania Symphony of the Night or some other games, and then they also, if you had a DualShock controller back in the day, it would also rumble too. We already went over this. don't think I saw this in the American Direct though. I mean, this footage at least. It- This December. It's so damn humid in the room I'm streaming from, so I'm sorry, but my family really wants to bother me today. Or very lately, my family keeps bothering me. It's really pissing me off, honestly. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this stream up because Oh, looks like you have to pay like 8,000 yen. Another free to play game. I'm not sure if it's free to play, but wait, that's more hard than Tetsu. Oh, look, it's Seattle. This game is only available in Japan, Florida. I might be playing this game, but I haven't played the previous entry due to financial reasons. Even I saw the game being sold in Japan, but I didn't buy it. I mean, this gameplay footage is really making me start to question whether Nintendo could still survive with the Switch, given the powerful hardware of the PS5 and PCs and all that stuff. By the way, I might be covering City Skylines 2 when it first comes out. Or maybe I'll just play it alone. Oh, you have Wave 5. He's a new character, but he's literally a returning character from an older game. Kamek is actually new to console Mario Kart. Um, yeah. Looks like Star Ocean that I just covered. No comment on this one. This game looks pretty peaceful, honestly. Yeah, Bandai Namco's HD remasters haven't been that great, honestly. Oh right, some important information because next month on the 15th will be the 40th anniversary of the Famicom, and I have a stream planned for it. I even went out my way and bought an EverDrive NA Pro for the occasion. And I already have it hooked up to my retro tank. The my one of my AV Famicoms hooked up to the retro tank, which I'll use it to stream Famicom games next month. But this will only be in Japan, unfortunately, because the Famicom was released in Japan and NES was released in America. In the US segment, a US Direct, they just had a segment about what tournaments you could play or something. Yeah, probably the last segment. Yeah, there was something I was planning to do, but I decided to skip it today because unfortunately my family had to interrupt midstream. Let me check stream health. Okay, so we're almost done. Okay, so that's it for today's stream, and I'm sorry that I had to be interrupted midstream because I just need time to myself when I stream. So if this does not get a community guidelines violation or strike, then I'll see you next week where we cover Final Fantasy 16 reviews or something. But if not, then I'll see you next month. This is Lucas Notch. I'm out.